On tonight's show, we have entrepreneur and CEO Chavaun Ashwood. And now for your host, KoolKard. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Welcome back, everybody. It is KoolKard. Welcome to the Kickin with KoolKard show. Kicking it with KoolKard show. Episode 71. It just keeps on going, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Hey, listen, thank you guys for tuning in once again. If you're watching it live, thank you for showing up on time. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. If this is your first time, I do invite you to subscribe so I can continue bringing you the value that I like to give you with all my great guests that I have on here. Tonight. Oh man, we're gonna get your mind right tonight. Yes, you gotta master your mind if you want to be successful. We're gonna talk to Chavaun Ashwood. She is an entrepreneur, CEO. She is the owner, the master facilitator of Masterminds of Wealth. We're gonna dig into that. Listen, if you can't get no gems out of this one, God help you. That's all I can say. All right, because we're gonna get your mind right tonight. We're gonna talk some good stuff. We're gonna talk some wealth of the mind. You can master it. Master yourself, master your habits. Just set your goals and help you reach them. This is what this is all. This is what this is all about tonight. Okay, so you know what I do this for is to bring you value. So this show tonight, I'm telling you, this falls right in line with what I'm doing. So I had to have her on here. She's a wealth of knowledge. She's doing her thing. She's a black woman. She's an entrepreneur. She's a black woman in business. All that. It's great. Women in business, period. Great. Everybody in business. Let's get it. Get business. Let's do it. Do big things in life. Set your goals. Stick to them. Plan it out. You got to plan. You have to plan. You have to have a plan. You can't just be shooting in the dark. All right. Well, let me stop my preaching. Anyway, hey, listen. And I'm going to touch on this with Chavaun too. Today I don't know if it was a turning point, but let's just say this. And I don't talk politics. I don't talk justice system and all that. But there was a wrong done. And somebody paid the consequences for the wrongdoing. And it was we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it. America, come on now. Listen, baby steps, but we getting there, right? We getting there. All right, no more of that. We'll talk to Chavaun about that, all right? But hey, thank you guys once again, like I said, for tuning in, showing up every Tuesday or watching the replay. We're here again. We're here for you. Let me bring Chavaun in so I can stop talking and let her do what she does. How about that? Let's get it, y'all.
Man, an experience. I'm with it.
Hey. Hey, welcome to the show, Chavaun Ashwood, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. It's so great to be here on this beautiful, amazing platform. Eric, I love what you're doing. And just the different professionals that you've been having on here. It's just been amazing. I was watching a few of the videos. I love it. So keep it going. I'm so excited to be here. What's going on, y'all?
Hey, man, we are happy to have you. Yes, what you are doing is very much so needed. Now because being an entrepreneur is the trend, and let's be honest, everybody is not equipped to be an entrepreneur. Not saying that you can't get there, and because you can kind of and get people right. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yes. So it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for coming on and giving us your time and your energy and your good spirit. Yes, definitely. So you are the master facilitator of Masterminds of Wealth, right?
Yes. So, so thank you, Eric, again for the amazing introduction. So I am the facilitator of Masterminds of Wealth. It's a mastermind group for entrepreneurs. So whether you have a business already, you're a startup entrepreneur, or you're looking to start a business, this mastermind is definitely for you. So I basically help entrepreneurs achieve goals through masterminding. And just in case someone is not familiar with the term mastermind, a mastermind is basically a group of like-minded people with similar goals who look to come together to help each other improve. So that's just it's very simple. And basically, in my mastermind group, we meet every week, every Thursday at 7 p.m. for 1 hour. And basically, it's just a simple agenda that I put together for the members. And we basically open up the meeting sharing our wins and challenges. We also brainstorm new ideas and also help each other find solutions to overcome challenges. So that is basically what goes on inside of the mastermind. But as a member, you'll have the opportunity also every month to share an idea that you may have or may need some feedback on, or a business challenge as well. So just having the different members within the mastermind group chime in to provide you with valuable feedback is a game changer, because sometimes you just we can't make, as an entrepreneur, we can't do it. We can go far, but with a team we can go further.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is that sometimes we have all these ideas and then we fall into that stuck, type of category. And then so that when you bring that challenge or an idea to the mastermind group, you're leaving out with either knowing how to deal with your, how to handle that idea or how to deal with that challenge. So it's definitely been a game changer for the members itself. We also have, as a member, you'll be able to participate in our live lessons. And basically those are PowerPoint presentations where I touch on different topics to help all the members improve, just to continue to help them develop a right mindset and also habits. So we've done live lessons on marketing, on health and wellness, also on, we've done so much on personal finance as well. So that has been a game changer. And just to add some fun to it, I also have monthly challenges as well, just to keep that momentum going, that motivation going throughout the month. So it's a great, great experience. And I'm just happy just to, have started the mastermind and just to have the members be a part of it. So I'm excited. It's a wonderful experience.
Yeah, that is great. That is great. And
Yeah.
I love it because it falls in line with what this show is about, like bringing value to the end user, so which is the viewer. So I bring you on here because there may be somebody out there who's struggling with what they're trying to do, entrepreneurship. Maybe you have some tips, some good words you could tell about your journey in your entrepreneurship, in your entrepreneurial life, that can help them along the way. So exactly what you're doing falls in line with the show, because if somebody joins your group, then hey, they're getting all the answers to questions that they probably couldn't get answers to. Probably somebody would want to charge them thousands of dollars to answer that. You know what I mean? And that's why I started this, because there's so many people out there taking advantage of people who just don't know what they need to know, and they want to charge them $1,000 for a webinar. And then once they take the webinar, they leave there and they're like, well, they kind of touched on what I wanted to know, but they didn't give me the full, you know what I mean? And then they backdoor them and say, hey, well, for another $4.99, you could take this other class and I'll give you the rest. Like, no, that ain't cool.
Yeah.
And
you know what, as an entrepreneur, and that's a great point. And as an entrepreneur, it doesn't, during the journey, along the journey, in the beginning, you're going to get guide. I've gotten guide, you're going to get guide. The goal is to not continue to get guide. You know what I mean? So
they prey on your eagerness to be successful. And that's really what it is, because that, it comes a point in your life where it's like, you know what, I do want to go down this entrepreneurial path and I don't want to do the 9-to-5, and you get so eager to do it and to jump at every opportunity there is to kind of get some knowledge and further yourself along the way. So they prey on that, and I kind of relay that. Go ahead.
That's why I love the mastermind, is because, let me just back it up. So the mastermind came about when I was working at a law firm and I was looking to transition from the 9-to-5 to pursue my own business. I just wasn't for sure what I wanted to really do at the time, because I had so much, I have a few strengths that, I could have pursued, like event planning and so forth. But at the time when I was working at the job, I wasn't happy, I wasn't motivated, and I didn't have a solid support system. Okay. So growing up, I've always had that entrepreneurship spirit in me. So I already knew that I wanted to start my own business. What was missing is that I didn't have a support system. I wasn't around that environment to motivate me to where I can share an idea and they can relate to, my challenge.
Right.
Now, I think the challenge, for some entrepreneurs or people who want to transition to into becoming an entrepreneur, is that they do not have the right circles. So it's like they're getting advice from friends who know not too much about business or what it takes to be an entrepreneur, setting the right business foundations, best practices, and so forth. So I try to encourage anyone who's looking to become an entrepreneur or just an entrepreneur and may not have a team, get you a team.
Yeah.
Now, a team, it doesn't have to be 5, 6, it can be maybe 2 people, but it's a solid, you need that team, because as entrepreneurs, we have blind spots. So we're not going to be able to catch everything.
Yeah.
And then what I love about the mastermind is that when we, so the agenda, like I said, is very simple. And our meat and potatoes is really when we schedule like 2 masterminds at the same time to pretty much touch on an idea or a challenge. And the reason why that part is so important is because, you know, you are surrounding yourself with a group of people who have different perspectives. They're from different walks of life, different perspectives. So with that being said, you can say, hey, I wanted to do this with the show. This is what I got, A, B, and C. And they'll just be like, hey, have you ever tried this? Did you try this? And so the thing about it is that with the mastermind, you have people that you not only will be around people that will help you to expand your thinking, but you'll be able to identify new opportunities for your business that lie on a table that you didn't notice when you were doing it alone.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And another thing is that I love what I love about the mastermind, it teaches you how to be a team player. It teaches you how to embrace someone that's winning, even when it's not your time.
Yeah.
Because some people have a hard time doing that.
They do.
And so the culture of the mastermind, of my mastermind, is to create that community, and to put the egos aside, to create vulnerability, because some people may not want to open up, that they're really challenging. And sometimes the challenges are not just in their their business, it's in their personal life that's preventing them from excelling in their business. So it's just a great experience, and I'm just excited.
Let me chime in on the team thing and the circle, right? So, the average person is working a 9 to 5, right? So let's say, the mastermind, that can be a foundation, a real good firm support group, because a lot of people nowadays just don't have a whole bunch of friends, because you can't really trust too many people. You try to get around like-minded people, you don't know who to trust, right? But you need a team. Well, there you go. You can kind of buy your way into getting around people who really support what you're doing. They understand your way of thinking. They understand your way of life. They understand what you're going through, right? But I want to say this, because 2014, I stepped out on my own. And if you are married and you have a family, a lot of people will let that cripple them. And it's not a negative thing. It's just because they don't want to let their family down. They don't want to fail them. They feel like, man, I got bills. My kids are in this and that and whatever. And, I got to pay this bill, that bill. That team starts off with your significant other.
Yes.
If you really have a passion to be an entrepreneur, your first team member has to be your significant other. You have to come together with them and strategize and figure out, how can I and what can we do to support what I'm trying to do for us, so that I can step away from this 9 to 5 and we can still sustain, we can still make it work, but I can still go out here and breathe life into what I really want to do. Because as an entrepreneur working a 9 to 5, you're dying inside. Trust me, I know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it took that for me. I had to come to my significant other and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing. And you might get some pushback. You might, because they may not understand it. They may not understand it. They may come from a 9 to 5 family and that's all they know, and they don't understand it, and they don't know any other way. But when you have somebody that can think outside the box, but also if you have somebody that loves you unconditionally and they know your passion and they know who you are and they know the way you think, they know you're dying inside. They know. So they'll probably more than likely be like, okay, be a little skeptic, But if you got God in your life and you have faith and you have trust in your
There you go.
significant other and God,
You said it.
trust me, they will be on your side. They will be on your team, and they'll say, okay, well, let's figure this out. Because my number one thing was like this. I said, listen, if I step out here, if I step out, I'm going to feel it, but I'm not going to let my home feel it. There's nothing that's going to change at my home. You know what I'm saying? This bill going to get paid. We going to eat the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, bills going to get paid. We going to get fed. All that. You know what I mean? Like, the same thing is going to happen at the house. But if I got to feel it and I got to work harder, which you will work harder, and you putting a lot on your shoulders and you just trying to figure things out and maneuver, that it is what it is. You signed up for that. But you make sure you take care of home and don't nothing change at home. Everything's good. Because trust me, if you got a significant other, they're going to do their part, especially if they believe in you and they agreed, you know what I'm saying, and they joined together with you in that journey. They're gonna make sure that things stay cohesive too. So I'll just say that team starts with your significant other if you have a significant other. And if they believe in you enough, you guys just figure it out, because the hardest thing to do is step away from that 9 to 5, man, because it's just hard, because you're conditioned like, man, it's easy. I wake up, I go to work, I get a check in a week or two. I know what you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm going to have. I know the bills I'm going to pay. As an entrepreneur, you don't know what's coming. You don't know what the hell is about to happen.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But,
and I love how intentional you are. And then first of all, it's a blessing for you and your partner to be on the same page, because sometimes it's, the people that I've come across, their partner isn't on the same page. They feel like what my mate is doing is not of value, or they don't see the value or don't see the vision. That's why it's called our vision.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that, so it's a blessing when you have someone who understands and supports and can be on the same page, because that is very challenging.
Oh yeah.
But a lot of times I have a gentleman who had to take a break from the mastermind. He just had a newborn, and basically he's ready to leave the 9 to 5. And I said, well, brother, and he has a wife. I said, if you are going to do this, you and your wife have to be on the same page. I said, you gotta have to be on the same page. I said, 2, you got to create a master plan. You have to have an agenda. You got to have a plan.
Yeah.
When are you looking to leave the transition from the job? Because if you don't, that's not going to create any motivation for you. Like you're saying you're going to leave, but when? So, give yourself some time and really be intentional, and the universe will adjust to what you're trying to do. So
absolutely,
I totally agree with you. And again, there's people within the mastermind that are parents.
Yeah.
They are parents. There's people in the mastermind that, have lost a loved one. I mean, it is real, So, like I said, the mastermind focuses on mindset and also entrepreneurship, but definitely mindset, because mindset, in order for us to be successful, we got to have the right mindset, and not just have the right mindset for our business, but keep the same energy that we're kicking it and putting it into our businesses. We have to do the same thing for our households, for ourselves, for our health and well-being. We come first.
Yeah.
Everything else is second.
Absolutely, man. And one thing you got to know too, when you step out there and you get that support system and you just start maneuvering and figuring things out. Listen, there is nothing. Let me say this. Because everything I do is strategic, right? Everything I do is for a purpose, for a reason, right? So there was a reason for me to go back to a 9 to 5 after being on my own for 4 or 5 years. Longer than that. I left in 2014. I didn't start working a 9 to 5 again until 2018. And I did that for a purpose. You understand? I did it for a purpse. It was part of my plan. You know what I mean? I used that employer for a purpose, because it made me growing as a person and as a family. Yeah. Trust me, it was for a purpose.
Yes.
It made it easier. And I advanced. I advanced in my journey because I was able to utilize that. So I'm just saying that to say this. When you're out there on your own, there is nothing anyone can tell you that's going to scare you about being fired, hired, whatever anymore. because you know how to maneuver, you know how to make things happen, you know how to make things work for you and yours, you know how to go get it. But if you're stuck in that 9 to 5 and you've never jumped out there and tested it and figured things
Come
out
on
for
now.
yourself, you will
Come on.
forever be stuck, because that's that fear of failing. But when you jump out there and you really maneuver and figure out how to make it work for you, because how somebody else is making it work for them ain't gonna make it work for you. You figure out how to make it work for you.
Yeah.
You can listen, even if you need to go back to a 9 to 5 for say a year just to accomplish something or stack or whatever you got to do. There's never a fear of, oh, I can't lose this job, I gotta hope. No, because guess what? Right now it's suiting because you put it into your part of your plan. But if you were to lose that job, that don't mean nothing to you because you know how to go get it.
There you go. And you are welcome to join my mastermind anytime, because and I'm very it's a process. You can't just join. It's definitely a process, but and it's a slow build up.
Yeah.
But with that mindset, it's easy for me to determine, like, I would love for that person to be a part of this mastermind, or because I love the way the person thinks.
Yeah.
And so everybody doesn't think like that. Everyone looks at it as if they had to do what you did, and I've done that also. Had to go back, but I went with a purpose.
Exactly.
I had an agenda.
Yeah.
And I fulfilled that. And I said, if I'm going to come in, if they going to get theirs, I'm definitely going to get mine. So I hear you on that.
Yes.
But you have to have an agenda and trust and believe that everything will work out. So it's not easy. Sometimes you just gotta, you know what I mean, suck some things up and just do it. But it is possible. It is possible. I'm connected to people who are retiring them. They retired themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
It is possible. And they're not 65.
Listen, I'm gonna put it out there. Your brother, Dejour, the ultimate hustler.
He has given me the inspiration. I'm telling you right now, I was the 9 to 5 queen, okay, in corporate. And the money was great, but did I like doing what I was doing? No. And it was easy to give a person a pink slip.
Yeah.
But I got a call from him, and he had mentioned, I remember when he mentioned he's looking to retire, and that just changed my whole mindset. So that's why I love the mastermind, because it's not going to only improve your thinking, but it will challenge you to grow, do the things that scares you most.
Yeah.
And then it will help you to just stay on track with your goals, to stay accountable with your goals. So it's been a game changer in my life personally. And I'm just so grateful. I'm very grateful. The members, I've seen the transformation with them, just the mindset.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, have you seen people grow exponentially once they've got into that?
It's believable, but it's, and it's not only just with their business that has taken off, but in their personal lives. I had some people that joined and they were just very suppressed. You can just tell, the body language. And now they, it's a culture. But see, another thing is that, when you are leading, or when you are the head of your brand and you have a team, you have to make sure that you communicate the culture. That is so important, because people are pairing with you and they have different personalities, and certain personalities may clash. So every first of the month, I make sure that I communicate the culture. Yeah. When you have a team, I would share that with any entrepreneur who has a team, or look into if they know they need a team. You have to constantly reiterate the culture of the mastermind. The culture of the mastermind is that we have to be compassionate, trusting, the respect, non-judgmental. That is so in community, the ego to the side. And I say this all the time, what this mastermind is about, because then it starts to they start to condition themselves about the culture. This culture is about making progress. They know that. So, now just to see the members who were kind of suppressed and they kind of open up, it's like it's all nothing but flower. It's a garden. It's a garden in the mastermind.
Any group effort has to have a culture to be successful. It has to be, because you have to have people that buy in and know, it's certain morals, it's certain beliefs, it's certain actions. You know what I mean? It's unspoken rules to this group, to any group. And you have to have a culture. People are going to abide by the culture. They're not going to disrespect the culture. They're not going to slander the culture. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to defame the culture. You have to have a culture if you want to be effective in any group. That's what's going to keep you cohesive, because guess what? Any group, it's so easy for somebody to just say, you know what, man, I'm not dealing with them no more. Boom, and they're out. But if you got a culture and people are bought into the culture, they'll work through the differences because they care.
There you go. There you go.
It means something to them.
That right. They work through the differences because they care. And I kid you not, it's more of a family vibe. They genuinely care about each other. No one is afraid to say, you know what, I just didn't achieve these goals. You know, I had a lot on my mind. I'm overwhelmed. And right there, it is so encouraging. But it's just to see them interact like that, it brings me so much joy. It brings me so much joy. And how they express their care and their support towards each other. It's just, it's everything. It's everything.
And you know what too about a group like yours? It makes people really understand that they're not alone. They're not on that journey alone, man. Because when you're on that journey as an entrepreneur, you really can get lonely. You really can start to feel like, man, nobody else is going through this. Nobody's feeling like I'm feeling. Well, guess what? Yes, they are. Especially nowadays where everybody wants to, quote unquote, be an entrepreneur. There's a lot of people out here struggling. There's a lot of people that are wanting to be entrepreneurs that really should go back to a 9-to-5 because they are not fully committed. They're not going to do everything it takes to get to where they say they want to be. And it's just the fact of the matter. And then at the end of the day, everybody wasn't made or built to be a boss. And I hate to say that word. You know what I'm saying?
No, but we speak it.
But everybody is not built. It's just not in some people. You know what I'm saying? It's just not in some people. Some people don't have the ingenuity. Some people some people are not resourceful enough. Some people will quit too soon, too early. Listen, man, the entrepreneurial journey is a journey, and that's what it is. If you say that there's an end goal, like, oh, I just want to be able to afford a plane. What the hell does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like the journey, even if you can't afford the plane, the journey don't stop there. The journey does not stop there. The beauty is in the journey. You really never meet a destination. You can hit milestones, but you don't really ever meet a destination. You keep growing. And when you feel that you've reached to a certain type of pinnacle, then hey, guess what? Start helping some other people grow to get to where you are. You know what I'm saying? And then you keep building.
Yeah. And I love you. That was well said, Eric. And you know what the Mastermind has taught me, it continues to teach me many things, but what it has definitely taught me from what I observed with the members and even myself is that, you know, like I said, you can go far by yourself, but you can go further with other people.
Absolutely.
With the team. And I say that to say is that, you know, what success may look for me may be different for you, and that is okay. But on this journey, we are all looking to achieve a certain thing. We want that freedom to do the things that we enjoy. And I really feel like this is all about, in the midst of doing it, it's not about us. It's about helping others along the way.
Right.
Because when we do that, we will be successful.
Yeah.
We have some people who don't even, you know, they're entrepreneurs and they want to be successful, but they don't even want to help someone that they know they can help, or they know they have some information or resource, or maybe can even bring somebody on a show. That's like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, just to help contribute to that person's success. And it's just like, you are not going to, you're missing the mark, because in business, relationships that's important. You have to know how to understand people.
Yeah.
And if you don't even know how to understand what it is to help someone out, or to, you know what I mean, celebrate someone's success.
Right. You said it right. Celebrate somebody else's success.
Celebrate. You don't
have to frown at somebody else's success. You don't have to feel like you're inferior or less because somebody else is getting it. You don't have to feel like, oh man, because the first thing somebody wants to say is, oh, what did they do to get that? I know they didn't do it the right way, or this and that. They want to discredit somebody's success. Why would you do that? Because you can be doing the same thing. It's just not your time. Work harder.
Exactly.
You know,
and you gotta understand it's okay. If it's not your time, it's totally okay. Yep. And so like, we don't do the competing or comparison, because honestly, this journey is about creating a better life. This is
Yeah.
bigger than a business. It's about we are in business to create a better lifestyle. And I think
Right.
once people really grasp that concept, that idea, they'll go about things a little differently because it's bigger than that. You want to wake up every day. It's about developing healthier habits.
Yes.
It's about making sure you take care of yourself, pulling over to make sure that you fill up your tank so that you can have that overflow pour over into your business. This is bigger than just building a business. This is about making sure you are good in the process
Right.
and not neglecting yourself. So we are heavy on improving our lifestyle. And that's what's happening in the mastermind. I feel like it's a balance, but we are more heavy on improving ourselves. And because we know that's going to be an overflow for our businesses. So
Right.
um
How many
I
people
just
do you
love
have in the group?
huh?
How many people do you currently have in your group?
So we have a total, it's a small, intimate group. We have a good solid 13.
Okay.
And just for if anyone is just like listening and they're looking to either be a part of a mastermind or join a mastermind just honestly you can do a mastermind just two. And if you do two people, you really can do two people. It has to be power. Y'all have to be on the same, like you and your
You
mate
gotta
on the
sharpen
same
each other.
page.
Yeah, you gotta
Like, you know what
sharpen
I
each
mean?
other.
It has to be that harmony. But for a group, a good solid 4 is definitely enough to have a successful mastermind. And so I always tell people, don't focus on the quantity, focus on the quality.
Right.
Because in the side of this mastermind, we have masterminds that are knowledgeable, they are creative, they are smart, they are thinkers, they think outside of the box.
Yeah.
Very talented entrepreneurs from different walks of life, filmmakers, photographers. We have content creators, realtors. I mean, you name it, they are in the group, and it's just it's an abundance group. You know what I mean? Fashion designers.
Let me say one thing for everybody watching. There is a fee for this group. And and listen, hold on. I'm gonna set this up for you. You tell me how much, and then let me speak. How much?
It's $50 per month.
Okay, stop right there. Now listen, y'all. Some people may say, "Oh, well, why she's charging for this group? You're supposed to be helping." Listen, $50 is for accountability. $50 is to weed out the people who aren't really serious about their goals and their dreams. You don't want people showing up one week and not showing up the next. Showing up one week, popping in, hey, and then they don't show up the next. $50 is to keep you accountable. $50 is to show that you are really serious about your dreams, your goals, your desires to be better, to help others, and just to be a part of a group, a family, and a culture. So don't look at $50 like, oh, why is she charging? Like, no. You got to be accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable, and you got to be serious. Because if you say, okay, I got a group, and I'm gonna invite people that I don't even know into the group, that's gonna be a headache. You're gonna get 100 people flooding in. It's gonna get diluted. Those 100 people are gonna only gonna trickle down to 15 the next week, and then the next week you might have 45, and then it might be 10 the next week. You know what I'm saying?
I love your mindset. Your mindset. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just had to say that for you.
No, thank you so much.
Because because sometimes when it comes from you, they think you're selling, and it's not a sell.
Right.
It's just, are you serious? And $50 is nothing. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
I mean, I know masterminds that's 5,000. I mean, trust me. I was a part of a mastermind, not 5,000, but in 1,000. You know, they charge 1,000. It was 1,000, and the value that I'm giving versus what the 1,000. I couldn't believe it. That's why I said everyone in the beginning got, because I definitely got.
Yeah.
But I said, you know what? I'm going to create a mastermind that focuses on these topics. You know what I mean? To really help us, because I felt like that mastermind wasn't it.
Yeah.
So, you know, finding your home is very important. And again, it's okay if you don't have a lot of friends. It's okay if your circle not big. If you got that 1 to 2 good quality people in your life, appreciate those people. I'm telling you, appreciate people, and continue to, you know, make new friends, show yourself friendly, you know, position yourself to be in new spaces to meet people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And don't be afraid to introduce yourself. I always stress out in a mastermind to show yourself friendly. I had to tell them, show yourself friendly, because there may be a blessing for you waiting, but because you like this, or you feel like I don't want anyone to steal my ideas, I don't know
Right.
if I want to share that in the mastermind, you're missing out.
Yeah.
And I get it. I show compassion because I do get it. Some people have taken ideas, but that's another thing about the mastermind group. All the information, our conversations are confidential. Before you even get on board, you will receive an email that is just very detailed saying we take confidentiality very seriously. There's nothing that should be shared outside of the mastermind group without the permission of X, Y, and Z.
Right.
So that is clear. Every month, I'm always communicating that as well. So they get it, but I just want to make sure people feel welcome. People feel, embraced, encouraged, and just, it's okay to open up. This is a space where you can really be yourself and come bring yourself to the table. And we want to see you grow. We want to see you excel. So that's what it's about. We want you to see you do better.
Hold on. Oh, you know what? Give me 1 second. I got to do a quick announcement because I did forget in the intro that, guys, if you are watching, please stay to the end because we have a performance from a band called The Levels. All right.
Yeah.
It's just called Levels. It's the Levels band. I had Keith Middleton on here. He's an artist and he is part of that band. So got a live performance at the end of the show. Y'all stay tuned. So I did forget that at the top. So my apologies, but sorry about that, Chavaun. Had to get that in there real quick. But I was gonna say, do you in the group? I think you touched on it a little bit before, but do you guys come together and like set group goals as well?
So I have group goals as far as like how I would like for the agenda to be ran.
Okay.
So the agenda is always changing. But each week we have accountability tracker that helps everyone in the group to stay on track with their goals. So each week we set 3 goals for that week.
Okay.
And when we come to the meeting, we open up with our wins and challenges. And then at the end of the meeting, we review the accountability tracker, and then we'll go over our goals just to see where we are, how things are going, what goals you got done. So yes, every week, accountability every week.
Okay. And how many times a month or times a week do you meet?
So we meet every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time through Zoom.
Okay.
And again, I can be found on Instagram, Masterminds of Wealth. And yeah, if you have any questions, reach out to me or say, hey, Eve, who's that young lady on there?
Right.
It's an awesome space.
Definitely. And I have your website in the description down below. All that, have the Instagram down there so they can click on the links and go straight there. So make it easy for everybody. So if you are interested, it is down below. Just click the links, holla at Chavaun. She'll get your mind right, get your money right, all that.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. So you did say you have like you got real estate, you got realtors in there. What's like you got a diverse group. And so go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what you were gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, like, what's good about it is that it's a diverse group. So you never know the nuggets that you can get from somebody in a different field that's gonna help you in yours. And you wouldn't even believe if somebody told you that, a realtor can help you do, I don't know, whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
but,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, but that's good. So the thing is, you want like-minded people, but you don't want people from the same field.
Yes.
You know? Because then it gets old and stale because you're probably gonna recycle the same stuff over and over and over. You know what I mean?
Exactly, for sure. Great point. Yeah. Well said.
Yeah, definitely, man. So I really appreciate you coming on, man, and I really appreciate what you're doing for entrepreneurs. It's very much so needed. It's very needed, man. It's very needed. So, and okay, so when you said you were working at a law firm and you didn't know really what you wanted to do, was that out of a need for yourself at first that you wanted to create the group, or was it because you had people coming to you saying, "Hey, Chavaun," asking for advice and stuff?
A great question. So actually, it was for me. Because throughout my life, I just felt like whenever I wanted to join a group or be a part of something and things didn't go accordingly, I would feel some type of way. And I got to a point one time and I was just like, do your own thing. And
Yep.
so I had the smarts. And so that I really created because I was in need of a support group.
Yeah.
I was in need of some motivation at the time. And growing up in Harlem, I've always been around entrepreneurs. So I always had the
Hustlers.
entrepreneurship exactly in me. So I knew people and I was like, this is perfect. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
yes.
dope. That's dope,
So yeah,
man.
that's how that came about.
That's dope. How long have you been doing this? I don't know if you said that.
So next month we'll make a year.
Oh,
Yes, next month will make a
congratulations.
year. Yes, thank you so much. It's been a year, and since I still have the members from the beginning
Oh,
to
wow.
now. So
Okay.
I'm just, it's a blessing. I never take them serious. I mean,
You
I do
always,
take them serious.
you
I
don't take them
never
for
take them
granted.
for granted. Excuse
Yes,
me.
for sure. We know you take them
Yeah,
seriously.
yeah, I never
Yeah.
take them serious.
Now,
Yeah,
is
so it's
Dejour a
really
part of the
fun.
group?
Yes, he is. Yes, he
I
is.
know he is. I know he is.
He's a part of the group as well. He's a great member as well. And it's great because they pour in, everyone pours back into him as well when he have, an idea or a challenge, which is very rare, but it's been like a game changer. But when I think of the mastermind, words express it is just like transformation,
Yeah.
transformation, and it's just insane. It's just a wealth, abundance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just a blessing. So, like I said, it's some people that are entrepreneurs are doing it on their own. I just want to stress there's no need to do it by yourself. There's
Yeah.
help that's out there. It's probably gonna take time. But when you do find a group and you get that feeling like, you know what, this will be okay with me. You kind of want to move from the scarcity mindset to the abundance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Success requires you have to invest in yourself. There's no cut in the corners. You can't find everything on YouTube. You got to invest
Right.
in books.
Right.
You got to invest in quality people. You got to invest in business coaches.
Yeah.
It's you gotta make the time to do it.
Some of them small
So
details are not on YouTube.
yeah,
It's in the book
very important.
and other people's
Absolutely.
minds.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, for you are the master facilitator. You are the CEO. This is your business. But is
Yeah.
there anything else for Chavaun outside of the mastermind, or you got any other endeavors that you're partaking in?
Yes. So I'm actually so before I started the mastermind, I have a background in hospitality and also event planning. So I've always used to do private events on the side. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm looking to get back into doing that,
Okay.
considering the COVID, restrictions and so forth, but there's still functions that can be done in
Right.
small group, intimate events and whatnot. So I'm definitely looking to pick that back up. Definitely I have a product line
Okay.
that I'll be launching. Stay tuned for that.
Okay.
So yeah, I definitely have stuff in the making, investing my money wisely. Of course, that's what a real
Absolutely.
mastermind does. So
Absolutely.
building it up, accumulating wealth. Absolutely.
And you are still in New York, correct? Or you?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I'm
Are you
still in New
planning
York.
on moving anytime soon?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I'm asking for a reason because the event planning
Yes, I
thing.
am.
I interviewed Nina Lauren a while ago, and
Mhm.
she's out here in Atlanta, and she's doing very well. Like she's doing a bunch of celebrity parties and celebrity stuff. So she's in that circle, LinkedIn and all that. So I would love
Yeah.
for you to meet her. I don't know if you do the mastermind thing, so I'm pretty sure you're open to meeting people.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I am
so-
a social butterfly. Yes,
So
I would introduce myself anytime.
Yeah, I would love for y'all to link up. I think that'd be cool, especially if you plan on, here.
I be the, yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay, all right. So you do plan on moving here. So yeah, if you move here, I would love for you two to meet. Like just link up, even if you don't work together, bounce ideas, just kind of even get into the circle of those people. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, all about that. All about that. All about that. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
yeah.
Yes,
I
indeed. So
would
thank
be
you
happy
as
to
well
link you up with
for
her.
just
She's
having me
huh?
here on this platform. No, I said thank you so much. It's really an honor to be here on your platform. I mean, I've been watching your different episodes, and I'm just like, this guy is just so innovative. It's just ridiculous. I was just like, wait, he's touching on this. I'm like, oh my God. It's just such that's a real mastermind for you. That's a real
Thank
mastermind.
you.
And so
Thank
for
you.
me, it shows that there's no limits. There's no
Oh
limits.
man.
You
Oh
demonstrate
no,
that.
no,
I
no,
love
no. Yeah, it's not. And I told myself, when I started this, I'm not just gonna be doing artists. I'm not
Yeah.
just gonna be doing actors. You know what I mean? I just want to take because there's so many fields out here. There's so many possibilities. There's so many interests. And everybody needs information. So why would I limit myself? You know,
I love it. I love
have
it,
you
Eric.
on
Love
here,
it.
have Nina on
Yeah.
here, I done had credit specialists. I done had, man, I don't even know. What we on? Episode 71. I done had some people on here. You know what I mean? So, and it's not gonna stop here. My aim is to get me a television show, and I really want to pour into people, help people. I want like a Steve Harvey type of show, you know, Ellen type of show where I can really touch people and really, really help them though. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying they didn't. I'm just saying I really want to help people. I really want to talk people through things and give to charities and just I don't know, man, just be a change factor, you
I
know?
love it. I
Yeah.
love it. And you know what? It's amazing because so we have a mastermind member in the group, and when we share our ideas or challenges, he's the type to his thing is language.
Mm.
So I smiled inside because you said I wanna get a TV show, I wanna get it, and he would have said so. His hand would have been up. He said so. I think he said you can have that, but I think you say I'm going to have
Yeah.
a TV show. I'm going to have because see that changed the
Yeah.
things like energy. So I would pass that on to you. I am going to have a TV show. I
Yeah.
am going to have
And,
like
and
you
you
know
know
what
what? I should have said that because I do say that honestly.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when
I'm
I'm
telling
talking
you,
amongst
you're
my
going to
friends and
have
stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to
yeah,
have a TV show.
you
And
are,
I've
you
said
are,
it on
and
the
you're
show
going
before. I'm slacking right now. But yeah, I do say
but
that.
it's
I
already
do say I'm
successful.
going to have a show because
You
I am
have
going to
some
have a show.
it's already rich. It's a rich issue. What you're doing is already rich. I love it. I love it. I see the value. I see the value.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
love it.
And
Yeah.
that's why how you know how it's presented, how it comes on the whole nine, that's all strategic because that's where I'm gonna be. So I
I
gotta
love
present
it.
it like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and that's
It
why I
was
don't call it a podcast. It's a show. Because it's gonna be
it,
a show.
that's exactly what I felt when I watched. I said, "Oh my goodness, I wasn't ready. I was not ready. I was like, is this Eric's show?" It was,
Yes,
but
yes.
you know, it was so uncloned. It was so uncloned. I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
yeah.
It was so uncloned.
Everything,
Uh,
man, is
I'm just happy that you're doing what you enjoy.
yes.
The midst because you do have a family and a partner.
Right.
So it's just like it's good to have that balance, and I can just feel the energy through the screen, through the phone, just whatever. Just like the excitement, and that's so important,
Oh
man.
yeah.
That's
I love it.
exciting
I
to
love
you.
it, man. You gotta love it. You gotta love what you do, man, because you know what? There's gonna be some times where you might not be getting paid for what you're doing at the time, but there's gonna come a time where
There
that
you
value
go.
is gonna shoot up like Bitcoin. You know what
There
I'm
you go.
saying? And you just gotta love what you do though. And you trust the journey, you get lost in the journey, you know.
Yes.
Just man, put your head down and go. And then when you look up, you're gonna be amazed at where you are. That's
My
just
man.
really what it
My man.
is. That's really what it is, man.
I can't even give you a dap, but I feel like I need to give you a dap on that one. You know what I mean? Like, good dap. That was good. I love your
Yeah.
mindset, Eric. I'm telling you right now, you are, that, and to have a mindset like that, to me, that's what I view as wealth.
Yeah.
That's where the name came from, Masterminds of Wealth, because how I view wealth. And, I was like,
Absolutely.
Masterminds of what? And I was just like, well, investing in yourself, that creates, wealth.
Yep.
Your mindset, investing in your mind, feeding your mind, wealth.
Well,
So as a wealth, and that's how it came. So like you saying that and touching on that, that's just, I'm like, that's a rich mind right there. That's a rich mind. It's awesome.
indeed,
It's awesome.
indeed, man, indeed. And just consistency of what you're doing, believing in what you're doing, having that faith, just knowing it's gonna happen. Like you said, your man, the guy in the group always says you're going. Like you gotta believe it's gonna happen. You gotta see it. You gotta know it.
Yes.
Before you go to bed at night, just see yourself. Like I see myself on that stage. I see myself talking to the artist. I see myself talking to the guests. I see it. I see it now. I can see it right now.
Go.
You know
That's
what I'm
good.
saying? Like I
love
can
it.
see
Yes.
it right
Yes.
now. That's why I know
That's what I'm talking about.
that's what's gonna be.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
gotta see
Yeah.
it.
I love it. I love it.
Gotta see it, man. Create it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. But listen, I really, really appreciate you taking out the time, spending this Tuesday night with your boy, coming to kick it.
Yes.
You really dropped some
Thank
gems
you.
for real. Anybody who's interested in Masterminds of Wealth, holla at Chavaun. She is on Instagram, Masterminds of Wealth. Check her out there. And you can check her out on her website, mastermindsofwealth.com. Check her
Yes.
out. Check her out. Check her out. It is legit. All right. Anybody who's running
So
from the
much.
fee, It's not that type of party. It's
Right.
accountability, y'all. It's accountability. It's accountability. It's to weed out the
Already.
people who aren't serious. That's it. I'm selling it for you, girl. I'm selling it for you.
Yes, I love it. Thank you.
For real. But hey, guys, stick around. Stick around. We got a performance from the band Levels. They're performing their new song, Unicorn. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be lovely. So thank y'all for tuning in. I'm here every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You never know who I might have. Come get this value. Come get these gems. Come get this love, man. We pouring love into this right here. All right? Can't do it without you. I do it for you. Let's get it, y'all. Until next time, we out. But stick around because we got Levels. They taking us out of here. Let's go.